6 on the 17th, a Saturday of January 2026. We're having a look at NGC 1161 and its neighbor, but we're not blocking the aperture. I do not believe. I am going to double check. Nope, no aperture block on tonight. And this is our 5-second view. It's before sky dark. I wanted to capture an image of it, and I reset my alignment to make sure it was more or less centered. We are getting a similar view to the one we had last night. Maybe we'll come back and check this one. Later, we're now using the full 6 inches, 150 millimeter of aperture. I do want to point out we may have gotten a little bit of aperture block on NGC 1160 and 1161. We're off to NGC 1200, beginning tonight's tour. Okay, we're now on to NGC 1200. It's a magnitude 13 galaxy. We're seeing it at 30x, probably right about there. It's possibly this one here. We'll see. I'm hoping everything will line up more towards the center of the field tonight. NGC 1200 is a galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 13, 2.9 by 1.5 arc minutes. This one's a little larger. Lenticular spiral, 179 million light years distant. RA is 3 hours, 3 minutes, 54 seconds with a declination of minus 11, 59, 30. I would not claim it to be sky dark at this point. We're probably at the same point, about 10 minutes before sky dark as we were last evening when I left an aperture stop in the 150 millimeter, and we were actually operating at 50 millimeter aperture, which was a great experiment that I would never have implemented as part of this series, but it worked out quite well, I thought. We're deep down into Fornax for our next study. This is NGC 1201 galaxy, magnitude 10.7. Looked like shifting everything up when I went to NGC 1061 is now shifted everything down. I may go ahead and redo a model on this. It's magnitude 10.7, 3.3 by 1.9 arc minutes. Spiral with a lowercase a, 73 million light years distant, puts it at about 40,000 light years in diameter. We're at RA 3047 with a declination of minus 260410. NGC 1202, notice we're getting diffraction spikes, so I definitely have removed the lens cap. NGC 1202 is a galaxy in Eridanus. Should be towards the center of the field. Magnitude 15.5, and I do believe it's right there. A 0.6 by 0.5 arc minute spiral with a lowercase b, so a little diffuse in the core. 406 million light years distant means this baby's probably somewhere around 50,000 light years in diameter. Let's push it up to 150x and bail. Oh yes, we're at right-ascension 30502 with a declination of minus 6, 29, 30. NGC 1203A is a galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 15. We're not going to see it at 30x for sure. It's an elliptical, so very bright, globular-esque. I think we are seeing it right about there, although it's not giving a clasp. It looks a bit oblate. 419 million light years distant, RA 30514 with a declination of minus 14, 22, 36 at 419. This is about an 80,000 light year in diameter elliptical galaxy. They do tend to condense and get smaller with maturation. Okay, there is also a B, and this is east, so this would have been A, and this is B, or this one, possibly this, but we'll see. Once again, adventuresindeepspace.com should give you some guidance. It definitely will describe this galaxy here, which was A between these two bright stars. This one's magnitude 16, 0.3 by 0.3 arc minute elliptical, which means it's probably magnitude 14.5 visual. RA 30514 with a declination of minus 14, 22, 51. NGC 1204 with a diffraction bar from a power line to the south is a galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 15. It's a lenticular spiral A. It is an edge on. Let's see if we can pick it out. I do believe we're seeing it right there. Very bright core with nebulosity extensions, if that's our galaxy, although there could be a bright star nearby. This is magnitude 15, so I suspect there's a very bright star right neighboring it. Galaxy in Eridanus, 1.2 by 0.3, lenticular spiral, spiral A, 190 million light years distant, RA 30440 with a declination of minus 12, 20, 30. I think we need to go to 150x to really delineate this one, and we are. By the way, NGC 1205 had been covered last night. I believe it was 1182. NGC 1206 is a magnitude 15.9 compact galaxy. We be seeing it right there. Things are lining up pretty good so far to the south. 0.5 by 0.5 arc minutes, which means it's probably got an average surface brightness, if in the photographic, of 14.5. It's compact, 454 million light years distant, maybe 60,000 light years in diameter. Right-ascension 30609 with a declination of minus 8, 49, and 59. There's also a neighbor here, but boy, things are looking pretty diffuse at 150x. Okay, we're up into Perseus again, nice star field, and for NGC 1207, a galaxy. It's visible right about there, so not bad. Magnitude 12.6, 2.3 by 1.6 arc minute. Has an angularity. We're not quite making it out. It's a spiral with a lowercase b, 216 million light years distant. Means it's about 160,000 light years in diameter. It's got a star impinging on it. Can push this up to see if we can make out the angularity. I do believe we are getting hints of a frontier on NGC 1207. That angularity would be about magnitude 16.6 to be able to delineate it like that. Okay, down to NGC 1208, a brightish galaxy. I did adjust the focus a little bit. I had to do it kind of randomly and hope that it would turn out reasonably well. It's a galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 14, rather large for a 14, 1.9 by 0.9 arc minute, spiral with lowercase a. 197 million light years distant, puts it at about 120,000 light years in diameter. RA 30611 with a declination of minus 9, 32, 28. There's our 150x view. The stars still look a little globular. Okay, we're on to NGC 1209. I did a little more of adjustment in the focus. We're getting stacked, so it must be pretty tight. NGC 1209 at 75x is magnitude 11.4, 2.2 by 1.1 galaxy in Eridanus. It's an elliptical class 5, rather edgy on appearing for an elliptical. 117 million light years distant, puts it about 70,000 light years in diameter. RA is 30603, declination minus 15, 36, 41. Stars do look a little bit better, don't they? NGC 1210 is a galaxy pretty far down there in Fornax. It's a magnitude 12.6, should be quite visible, 1.9 by 1.7 arc minutes. Spiral with a bar of the lenticular class, a barred lenticular, 172 million light years distance, probably about 110,000 light years in diameter. RA 30645 with a declination of minus 25, 4305. NGC 1211 is near the celestial equator, quite apparent, magnitude 12.3, 2.1 by 1.9 arc minute. It is a spiral with a bar, but it's a lenticular A, half removed from fully mature spiral, 143 million light years distant. RA 30652, declination minus 47 minutes, 42 seconds. Not a bad view. NGC 1212 is near a very bright star off to the west in this field. Beautiful region. We're, of course, in Perseus for a galaxy, but it's a very faint galaxy, magnitude 15.5, 1 by 0.5 arc minute, spiral with a lowercase a. Now, I got to tell you some things about this. Some beautiful galaxies here. There's one right here. This is 1 by 0.5, could very well be it, but I would say that it's got to be brighter than magnitude 15.5, and of course, most galaxies are. Looking like the focus is a little off. I may adjust it a little bit more before heading off to our next study, but this is a very nice field. NGC 1212, 30942 with a declination of plus 40, 5332. Okay, played with the focus a little bit on NGC 1212. It's not really improving that much, but at least they don't look like donuts as much. NGC 1213 is another galaxy in Perseus. Let's get that 75x view. Magnitude 14.5, 1.8 by 1.4 arc minutes. There's something faint there. We're only at 75x. It's a spiral with a lowercase d, so it's not going to have much of a core. It's at 157 million light years distance, so probably about 110,000 light years in diameter. RA 30917, declination plus 38, 3857. We're going to have to go up in magnification to turn up this one because it's not got much of a core. It's just a vague cloud in space. NGC 1213. NGC 1214 is a galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 14. Look for an edge on, 1.3 by 0.3 arc minutes. Spiral of the lowercase a should have a core. 213 million light years distant, means it's probably about 70,000 light years in diameter. To RA 30656 with a declination of minus 93240, and there's an edgeon right there. There's another one there, so you pick them. Let's run them up and get them all these galaxies in the field. NGC 1214, however, was our study of the moment. A click away was NGC 1215. I'll go ahead and let you look at it while I dial up the information. NGC 1215. It's going to be a galaxy in Eridanus. Oops, that's a I. Should be further to, this is probably it here, because it's going to be further east as we progress through the catalog. NGC 1215's magnitude 14.1, 1.5 by 1.1, spiral with a lowercase a, 217 million light years distant, probably about the size of our Milky Way. RA 30709 with a declination of minus 93536. Okay, without actually going anywhere, we're on to our next NGC 1216 galaxy in Eridanus. It's magnitude 14.8. It too is an edge on. I suspect it's this one here. 0.8 by 0.2 arc minutes. Spiral of the lowercase a, 223 million light years distant, so it's about 70,000 light years in diameter. RA, less than that. Maybe 60. 3 hours, 7 minutes, 18 seconds with a declination of minus 93645. Okay, we're up into the whale now. NGC 1218 is a galaxy in Cetus, right there, centered in the field. Magnitude 12.7, 1.3 by 1 arc minute, spiral with a lowercase a. 386 million light years distant. This galaxy is probably somewhere around 120,000 light years in diameter. RA 30826 with a declination of plus 4 degrees, 6 minutes, 39 seconds. Not quite in the sky's middle third, but not bad at all. A couple of degrees further south in Cetus, we should be turning up. NGC 1219 galaxy, magnitude 13, face on 1.2 by 1.2 arc minutes, but you might not be able to tell. Spiral with a lowercase c, 273 million light years distant, maybe 85,000 light years in diameter. RA 30828, declination plus 20629. Pushing the mag. Quickening the pace, NGC 1221 is a galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 15, 1.2, 3-to-1 aspect ratio, spiral with lowercase a, 384 million light years distant, larger than Milky Way. RA 30815 with a declination of minus 4, 15, and 35. And there's a couple of galaxies, 3 galaxies in the field. NGC 1222 is quite visible in the 30x field and getting brighter. Let's push it up a little bit, all the way up. This is not too bad. Maybe the focus is better. Magnitude 12.5, 0.8 by 0.6 arc minute, lenticular spiral, 107 million light years distant. This is probably not much more than 40K in diameter. RA 30856, declination minus 257.18. Not too far away is NGC 1223. Galaxy and Eridanus, magnitude 15, 1.2 by 1.2 arc minute, spiral 397 million light years distant, 120K, a right-ascension 30819, declination minus 418.19. NGC 1224, as you can tell, is further north. This one's in Perseus. It's a Galaxy 13.7, 1.4 by 1.2 arc minute, lenticular spiral, 235 million light years distance, RA 31113, declination 4121.47. I suspect this is our galaxy right about there. 15 plus minutes in, we're off to NGC 1225, Galaxy and Eridanus, magnitude 15, 1 by 0.6. You can see it there, spiral with a lowercase b. 386 million light years distant, maybe 110,000 light years diameter. RA 30847 with a declination of minus 406.06. Back up into Perseus for NGC 1226. It's a Galaxy, magnitude 12.9, 2.1 by 1.9 arc minute. Elliptical, 279 million light years distant, RA 31105, declination plus 3523.11. You can see it right there. NGC 1227 had a neighbor. Could be this one. Let's check it out. Magnitude 14.2, 1 by 0.9 arc minutes. Spiral with a bar, lenticular A, 247 million light years distant. We're looking for something with a pretty bright core. Maybe this one here. Right ascension 31107, declination plus 3519.27. And we'll back out just a little bit for that more attractive view. A number of galaxies in the field. NGC 1228, Galaxy and Eridanus, magnitude 13.2. 1.6 by 0.9, spiral with a bar, lenticular A, 462 million light years distant. Got to be pretty close to 200K in diameter. RA 30811 with a declination of minus 2255.22. Put a little bit of magnification on this, show all the galaxies, and bail. NGC 1228 had a very close neighbor. NGC 1229, Galaxy and Eridanus, magnitude 14, and this would be the one that's a little more to the east. 1.4 by 0.9 arc minute, spiral with a bar, lowercase p, peculiarities, 481 million light years distant, also quite large, 200,000 light years. RA 30810 with a declination of minus 2257.38. NGC 1230 is also a Galaxy in Eridanus in the same field, magnitude 14.4, 0.6 by 0.2 arc minutes. It's a lenticular spiral. Ooh, it's going to have a bright core. 479 million light years distant, smaller, probably somewhere around, I would say, 80,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension 30816 with a declination of minus 2259.03. Let's see if there's any more. 3 was all we got in the last field. We're on to NGC 1231. It's a Galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 14.5, 0.8 by 0.8, spiral with a lowercase c. This has got a very bright core here. 14.5, that could be the visual magnitude. It's quite faint. We are down south. 99 million light years distant. Pretty small, maybe 40,000 light years. RA 30629 with a declination of minus 1534.10. Pushing it. There we go. NGC 1232 is visible in the fields. Galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 9.9. Looks like we can almost make out its frontier. 7.1 by 6.3 arc minute, spiral with a lowercase c, not much of a core, 74 million light years distant, RA 30945 with a declination of minus 20, 34, 46. Too bad it's so far south, but there we have a view at 150x. NGC 1232 has an A. Look for it. Boy, you can see the spiral arms there. We're getting lots of stacks now, of course, because I didn't shift. It's Galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 14.7, 0.9 by 0.7, spiral with a bar and peculiarities. Not surprising there, but given the gravitational tidal forces. 291 million light years distant, maybe 75K in diameter. RA 31001, declination minus 20, 3601. I think we can make out that A right there. NGC 1233 is very close to that bright star where we had an earlier view. We're looking for a galaxy in Perseus. It's also NGC 1235. We'll skip that one, of course. 13.2 magnitude. Should be visible. 1.8 by 0.6. Yes, indeed. Spiral with a lowercase b. 206 million light years distant. RA 31233. Declination plus 39, 1906. And yes, indeed, by going ahead and realigning the model on top of yesterday's model with things further north, we're getting much better centering with galaxies than last time. So did I tell you we're at 3 hours 12:33, declination plus 39, 1906, and this galaxy is 1.8 by 0.6, spiral with lowercase b, 206 million light years distant. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. What galaxy are we looking for? Yay, universe. We're down a galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 15, 1.5 by 1 arc minute, spiral with a bar and a ring. 164 million light years distant, RA is 30939, declination minus 750, 47. And I do believe we're seeing that annularity. This is a very diffuse galaxy we are looking at here. I keep expecting to run out of galaxies in the Aries, but here we have once again. Magnitude 15.5, NGC 1236 is small, 0.5 by 0.3 arc minutes, designated simply a spiral. I think we're seeing it. RA 31128 with a declination of plus 10, 4829. You'd be able to tell what class galaxy it is if you look for the BV delta between the visual and photographic magnitude. Maybe something I will do when I put this one together. Okay, NGC 1238, a little further south, galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 14, 1.6 by 1.2 arc minutes, elliptical, 222 million light years distant. That could be the visual or the photographic magnitude, who knows, right on the cusp. RA 31052, declination minus 1044, 52. And there's a couple of galaxies in the field. NGC 1239 is a galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 15, but large, 1.2 by 0.6 lenticular spiral, 376 million light years in diameter. I think it's quite apparent on the screen. 376 million light years distance, probably diameter is about 110,000 light years. RA 31053, declination minus 233, 11. And the number of galaxies there. Let's see if we get some more. Skipping a star, we're on to NGC 1241, a galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 12, nice, 3.2 by 2.1 arc minute, starting to come out now, definitely has a neighbor. 182 million light years distant puts this at about 150,000 light years, FCA 31 size. RA 31114 with a declination of minus 8, 5520. Okay, we now know that its neighbor is NGC 1242. I heard one click when I navigated to it, and the data on NGC, well, you can see how far it moved by this streak here. Magnitude 13.7, 1.2 by 0.6 arc minute, spiral with a bar and lowercase c. 174 million light years distant, RA 31119, declination minus 8, 5409. This is what you get when you try to look through a roof try. I went for an open cluster in Perseus. It was at plus 4714, but I'd give it a shot anyway. Here we should be seeing NGC 1247, a galaxy in Eridanus. Boy, it's quite severely, John. Very severely. This one is magnitude, NGC 1247 is magnitude 12.5, 3.4 by 0.5 arc minutes. Wow, that's like a 7-to-1 aspect ratio. Spiral, lowercase bc, 176 million light years distant. Puts it about 180 to 200,000 light years in diameter. RA is 31214 with a declination of minus 102851. Let's push it up. There seems to be an echo of it over here on the screen. You can see a faint stellar core or a fine star. I do believe we are seeing the bar. You can see a very faint echo of the light to the north of the core. Wow, what a nice beauty. NGC 1247, Galaxy Eridanus, magnitude 12.5, 3.4 by 0.5 arc minutes. NGC 1248 is a Galaxy in Eridanus, magnitude 12.5, 1.2 by 1 arc minute lenticular spiral. 99 million light years distant, RA 31248, declination minus 51329. There's a faint here, and there's the brighter galaxy there. We know which one it is, magnitude 12.5, NGC 1248. Well, I thought we'd have a look at the first one for tomorrow night, should the weather hold. NGC 1250, it's just starting to get some reflection off the roof tri, perhaps some aperture block. This is a Galaxy in Perseus, magnitude 12.8, 2.1 by 0.9 arc minute lenticular spiral, 278 million light years distant, RA 31521, declination 41, 2118. Hopefully we will be getting a better view tomorrow when we're not getting the reflection off the roof tri, because it'll be the first in the NGC 1250 to 1299 series. So that concludes 1200 to 1249 plus 1. Quick view of NGC 1981, an open cluster with nebulosity in Orion. Quick view of Messier 42 and 43, the Conch Shell Nebula and the Great Nebula in Orion. A quick view of NGC 1990, a nebula in Orion, and I am not seeing it, but it's a very bright star, probably on the sword or the belt. Quick view of NGC 1999, a nebula in Orion. A quick view of a planetary nebula in Orion, NGC 2022. Okay, NGC 2023 is this nebula in Orion. It's 10 by 8. It's emissive and reflective, 1,500 light years distant, 5 hours 41:38, declination minus 2, 15:32, but it's not what we're going out on. Oh, well, maybe it should be. We have the Horsehead here. We have the Flame Nebula here. We have one of the belt stars in Orion there. We have this nebulosity. This is a incredibly beautiful view that I stumbled on by selecting NGC 2023. Let's go ahead and push the exposure time. We're up to 28 minutes. Remember, I allow myself 30 in these, so let's do it. Okay, we now have a single stack of a 30-second exposure of the Flame, the originating NGC 2023, and the Horsehead Nebula. Let's go for a minute now. We're only 28.5 minutes into this video. Thought I'd give you a wider field view of the 3 nebulosities we've been discussing. 23. This could be NGC 2024, the Flame, but I'm not sure. Okay, here's our 60-second exposure stacked onto the 30-second exposure. Brilliant! Beautiful! I probably could play a little bit with the histogram, darkening up the background sky. Wow, that is gorgeous. All right, we're going to go for 120 seconds now. It's getting very cold out, so anyway, I'll do it. I'm inspired. All right, we didn't get enough stars for it to be able to follow the model, so let's have a final look. A briefer exposure time. Well, one thing I'm learning that even though you shorten the exposure time, you instantly get some kind of image up if it is able to find a star. Now, this is not the 60-second exposure yet. We're going to have to give that a chance to develop on the screen. but you can watch it develop a little bit after I adjust the histogram. Okay, let's let it flash into existence. This is a 60-second exposure. We've captured it in all of its glory. I'll have to remember in the future to make sure that I don't go past 60-second exposures. And with this experience, I'm going to play a little bit with the histogram. And before I say, oh, one more thing we want to do. Get the whole feel in there. Carpe. Noctem.